It is spoilers. There's spoilers in this video for these movies and this show. So you better not freaking don't watch it if you haven't seen it. That stuff. Yeah. It wasn't the worst movie I've ever seen. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness wasn't very maddening, and it was barely a multiverse. There was, if you're not counting the sequence where they fly through like 10 or 12 different multiverses, there's like the main one, the one with the Illuminati, the evil one, and that's it. There's three. There's three. Which I get that you have to have some form of, actual story, but it wasn't very maddening. Oh, and I guess there was a fourth one. That was the one where Strange Supreme is from, but that doesn't really count because we don't actually see that universe. We only see the Strange from that universe. America Chavez is in this movie. They do have the moms thing. They don't really explain anything about it other than that. So that was a little weird. If that's why the movie was banned, they could have just changed the dialogue. They didn't have to bring up the fact that those were her mom. It really wasn't that important for the movie, and it's not like they kiss or anything, so it's not like that was a deal that needed to be dealt with. I don't get why it was banned in Russia or China at all. I've heard that it has anti-Chinese stuff in the movie, and maybe that's true, but I didn't see any of that. Alright, so I looked it up, and apparently there is a newspaper in the movie that is based on a real newspaper, or is like named after a real newspaper, and it is super anti-Chinese government, so yeah. I don't see why they couldn't have just got rid of that off of the screen. I don't understand. Disney's kind of baffling me at the moment. The Illuminati was pretty cool. You got John Krasinski, Mr. Fantastic, which, I don't necessarily agree with that fan casting. And then on top of that, no one cared. There was like 3 people that cared in my theater, and I think I can name all of them. Like, the people that screamed. And I don't like any of them. So, yeah. I don't necessarily think it's a bad choice, but I wouldn't necessarily want him as the main one if we ever get the real Fantastic Four, if they ever actually come out with that. Who was next? The Maria Rambeau Captain Marvel. That was perfect. Apparently she's getting a What If episode next season. So that's cool. I don't necessarily like Captain Marvel all that much anyway. I think I said Miss Marvel a second ago. I meant Captain Marvel. But, I mean, to fill out the roster, perfect. Actually, perfect pick. There's not a whole lot of characters you can do anyway, so I think that that's probably the best pick they had. There was... I'm going in order as they were sitting on the chairs. There was those two, and then there was Professor X. Cool. And then there was Captain Carter, and then Black Bolt, and then I don't know if Baron Mordo or Supreme Mordo or whatever he was called in the movie. I don't know if he was technically a part of that group or not. And so yeah, that's the group. None of them are the ones from What If. I've seen a bunch of people say they're the characters from What If, and they are not. Only one of them even appeared in What If. And it's not the same one, because that one had a Winter Soldier movie And I doubt that that's what's happening here. Especially because she's also got that jetpack, and I don't think that she would have had the jetpack. I don't know, but it's not that one. As far as I know, it would be really weird if it did end up being the same one, because that would also imply that this is that universe, which I don't think there's necessarily anything wrong with that 100%, but I doubt that that's the case. I doubt it. But if it was the same one, then that would explain why they understand the multiverse to some degree and why they've numbered them already. So I guess that's fine. So yeah, but I don't think that that's the case. Black Bolt, forgot Black Bolt. Same guy. They're all played by the actors and actresses that played those characters before, except for Mr. Fantastic, which is one reason I kind of don't like John Krasinski in this role, because you had 2 actors already. Let's use them. But whatever, that's okay. They're all played by actors from previous things, so I guess that's fine. That he's somebody that we would care about to some degree, if you even know about that online thing. But I doubt that you do. Or you do, since you're online right now. WandaVision! Let's talk about Wanda. If you have not watched WandaVision, get on it. What are you doing? It's probably the best Marvel show. I think it's Moon Knight, and then that one and Loki are kind of the same. And then, what else do we have? Oh, Falcon Winter Soldier, and then Hawkeye is like way over there. Not even in the frame. Way over there. I'm only saying Moon Knight's the best, but I think in a couple of... After I watch it again, because I've watched WandaVision twice. After I watch it twice, I'll probably put it in the same boat as WandaVision and Loki, because I think they're like the same. And then, yeah, you heard me a second ago. But WandaVision is really good. And they set up that she's looking for kids, and she's going to use the Darkhold. And then she doesn't do anything in this movie. She doesn't really. She gets Doctor Strange and America Chavez to go on the multiverse adventure, and then doesn't do anything.
That doesn't seem fair.
She's just completely insane in this movie. She's like a whole different character. I don't know. Like, it was okay at first. Like, at first it was like, yeah, she's making this illusion of this farm, and she's lying, and she's gonna go take her powers, and all that was fine. And then she just starts killing everybody. Like, we just went over, she's not gonna do this. She's not gonna do any of this stuff. We just went over that in the last thing she was in the show.
To try to resist you, but now I can't remember why. Do you?
My husband's on a business trip. Tell him I love him. Not to come back here ever.
I'm exhausted.
You're fine. You're fine. You're all going to be fine.
When you let us sleep, we have your nightmares.
No, that's not true. I've kept you safe in here. You feel at peace. We feel your pain.
Your grief is poor. If you won't let us go, just let us die, please.
I will let you go. I will.
She's not going to torture anybody anymore. She's going to find a different way to do it. Killing people is worse. Like, she's not going to go back to being worse. I think she should have... Yeah, I think taking over her own life and that whole thing was fine. But then she's just killing everyone. And she wouldn't do that, I don't think. I could have seen... I think it would have been cool if... Not maybe at the end of the movie, but after she... Like, when she made Black Bolt's mouth not there, she should have... After he blew his head off, and then turned Miss Fantastic into spaghetti and all of that, after the fight, she should have, like, gotten them back. Like, she should have... I don't know. It felt way out of character for her to go from, I'm not going to be evil, I'm just going to look for my kids, to, I'm completely evil, and it doesn't matter what I do, as long as I get my kids. It's just completely wrong. So that's probably the worst part, character-wise, for the movie. I don't really care about any other characters. Like, Wong is fine. Wong's pretty hard to mess up, but he also isn't in the movie enough for me to care. Like, I feel like he should have been a bigger part of the movie, too. I don't know. The movie felt pretty short overall.
It's Mormon time.
Doctor Strange doesn't feel like the main character in this movie. In fact, nobody feels like a main character, which would have worked if I cared about any of them, but they pretty much immediately made me not care about Scarlet Witch the second that she started killing people. Spider-Man isn't in the movie, which I don't care about necessarily. I was kind of maybe hoping for like a multiverse Spider-Man, but that it wouldn't have mattered. It wouldn't have changed my experience had he not been there. But if he was there, it would have been like way cooler. You know, I don't actually care. What I do care about is they mention Spider-Man No Way Home. And I don't know, but if that is the one, if that's their one use, because they get one use after No Way Home, and then they have to redo the contract. And if that was their one use, oh no. Sequels. It's rumored we're getting a Scarlet Witch solo film, which honestly we probably should have got before Multiverse of Madness. And she shouldn't have even been in this movie, man. It should have been something else. I don't know. I think that character works a lot better when she's having a really bad time, but her time is being spent trying to not have a bad time. So it's not like she's going out and killing people. It's like she's reluctantly helping people, but she's really just trying to not kill herself, basically. That's really what the character should be. And I'm assuming that in that movie, she will finally get her kids back to some degree. And then we'll probably get White Vision, and she'll help White Vision come back. And that'll be sort of the Wanda becomes Wanda again and isn't really this evil person anymore. I just don't know. I don't know. Maybe that would work as a series too, though. I don't know. It kind of just depends. And then we got the Doctor Strange 3, untitled, possibly called Into the Dark Dimension or something like that. So that's happening. He goes into the Dark Dimension, basically. That's basically it. Yeah. He might get married or, get his love interest or whatever in that movie, since that's who that is at the end. And maybe we get to kill Dormammu? I don't know. Dormammu was a cool villain, and I wish he was in the first one a little bit more. But he wasn't. I think that would work as a series too. And here's a little opinion. I think that the main thing they do should be series, and they should have like two or three series going at once on Disney Plus. And I don't mean like start one and start one and start one. I mean like start one, have it go a couple, and then start another one and have it go a couple. This one's over, so the second one is going, but this one's halfway through. So you just have two going at once, basically. Something like that. Or not really. You just have one right after the other, interspersed with, Star Wars stuff and whatever else stuff, when they buy DC. That's sadly not even probably a joke. But when all that happens, and you don't just do movies anymore. I think having the ability to have series is a good thing. America Chavez, I think she should get a show, but I don't know what it would be. I don't think she should get a movie, though. Maybe. I don't know. Because I think a cool story for her would be just she hops around the multiverse and helps people, especially since she knows how to control her power, so she can get back to 616 Earth whenever she wants, seeing that that's clearly where she wants to be. she could help our Illuminati on our Earth 616 figure out the multiverse and number them themselves and interact with other Illuminatis and whatever other government organizations out in the multiverse there are, so that they can help number them, and everyone knows what number they are, and they aren't just numbering them on their own. So that would be cool if they did that. Let's talk about the 616 thing. That's obviously the reference to Earth 616 in the comics, which is the normal one in the comics. But Mysterio should not be right about everything. He shouldn't be right about Earth 616 being this Earth. He shouldn't be right about everything. I think it's cool that he's right about most things, but he shouldn't know that.
So that's the end of my review. Sorry I didn't really end it very good, but I didn't really plan this very well. It was supposed to be a quick video anyway, and it ended up not being super quick, but that's okay. As you can see on your screen, 25.7% of you guys aren't even subscribed. So if you did that, we would get to 50 subscribers. And if we get to 50 subscribers, I'm making a special video. I've been talking about it all year. So that'd be cool if you did that. If you enjoyed the video, you can like it and stuff. And yeah, my next video is Scorpion. And my one after that is my secret project video. So I'll see you guys then. Peace.